Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel Software Testing. In today's video, we are going to discuss one of the most frequently asked interview questions in software testing, that is how to test a login functionality. This topic is critical because login functionality is a core feature in almost every application, and ensuring it works seamlessly is essential for both user experience and security. By the end of this video, you will have a clear understanding of how to approach testing login functionality systematically with examples and practical insights. So let's get started. The topics that I'm going to cover in this tutorial are: first, importance of testing login functionality in applications. Second, key test cases for login functionality. Third, best practices for creating effective test cases. Fourth, example scenarios and corresponding test cases. As we all know that login functionality is one of the most essential features of any application. Ensuring that it works correctly is critical for user satisfaction and security. As a tester, your job is to come up with as many test cases as possible during the job interview. In this video tutorial, we will cover all the necessary aspects of testing a login functionality with examples. I'm now going to explain login functionality in details. What is login functionality? Let's begin by understanding what login functionality is. Simply put, login functionality allows users to securely access their accounts by entering valid credentials such as a username or email and a password. For example, think of an e-commerce website. You need to log in to place an order, check your purchase history, or save items to your wish list. Testing this feature ensures users can access their accounts securely and without any hassle. Understanding the requirements. Before you start testing, it's crucial to understand the requirements of the login functionality. Here are a few key points to consider. What type of credentials does the application accept? For example, email and password, username and password, or mobile number and OTP. Does the system support two factor authentication or single sign on? What should happen when a user enters invalid credentials? Are error messages displayed clearly? Are there specific security measures like account logout after multiple failed attempts? Does the application provide a forgot password option or a remember me feature? Understanding these details will help you write comprehensive test cases. Types of tests for login functionality. Now, let's dive into the different types of tests you should perform for login functionality. A. Functional testing. Valid login. Test with correct username and password. Invalid login. Test with incorrect username, incorrect password, empty username, and empty password fields. Boundary testing. Check the character limits for username and password fields. B. Security testing. Brute force attack prevention. Ensure the account logs after multiple failed login attempts. SQL injection prevention. Verify that special characters or malicious scripts are not accepted. HTTPS implementation. Check if the login page uses a secure connection. C. Usability testing. Verify that all UI elements like the login button and input fields are properly aligned. Ensure error messages are clear and user friendly, like invalid username or password. D. Performance testing. Check the response time for login requests. Test how the system handles multiple simultaneous login attempts. Now let's discuss some login scenarios, functionality tests. Here are some practical test scenarios you should cover, like login with valid credentials. Verify the user can log in successfully with correct credentials. Login with invalid email format. Test with email formats like abc@.com or abc@domain to ensure proper validation. Login with incorrect password. Check the system's behavior when the user enters a valid email but an incorrect password. Also, check if there is a case sensitivity in passwords. Verify that passwords are case sensitive. Let me explain this in simpler terms. Case sensitivity in passwords means that the system treats uppercase and lowercase letters as different. For example, password 123 and password 123 are considered different because of the uppercase P in the first password. Similarly, my secret and my secret are also different because one has uppercase letters while the other doesn't. Why it matters? Case sensitivity enhances security by increasing the number of possible password combinations. It ensures that users need to enter the exact password they set up with the correct uppercase and lowercase letters. Also, log in with a logged account. Simulate multiple failed login attempts to check account lockout functionality. This test checks what happens when someone tries to log in too many times with the wrong password. Most systems log the account after several failed attempts to protect against hackers guessing passwords. Remember Me functionality. Test if the system retains user sessions when this option is selected. What does Remember Me functionality mean? The Remember Me option on a login page allows users to stay logged in for a longer time, even after closing their browser. This means they don't have to enter their username and password every time they visit the site. Next is Forgot Password. Ensure users can reset their passwords via email or SMS. Let's also quickly discuss about writing test cases. Let's take an example of a test case for valid login. The title should be Test Login with Valid Credentials. Preconditions: user must have a registered account. Steps: open the application and navigate to the login page. Then enter a valid email address and password. Next, click the login button. The expected result should be the user is redirected to the dashboard. You can write similar test cases for invalid login, password reset, and edge cases. I am going to write out and summarize few test cases for clear understanding and dividing them into groups. First, verify valid login with correct username and password. Second, verify login fails with incorrect username or password. Third, ensure login functionality is case sensitive. Fourth, test login with special characters in username and password. Fifth, validate session handling upon successful login. Few of the security test cases are: first, check for SQL injection vulnerabilities. Second, ensure the password is not displayed in plain text. Third, test for account lockout after multiple failed attempts. Fourth, verify HTTPS is used for login. Fifth, ensure CAPTCHA prevents automated login attempts. Few of the usability test cases are, for example, first, verify the login button is clearly visible and labeled. Second, ensure error messages are clear and specific. Third, test keyboard accessibility for login fields. Fourth, verify the tab order for fields is logical. Fifth, confirm the Remember Me functionality works correctly. Edge case testing. First, test login with empty fields. Second, validate login with long usernames or passwords. Third, test login after a password reset. Fourth, ensure login works correctly across different browsers. Fifth, check functionality when cookies are disabled. Some important key points are: always consider both functional and non functional aspects of testing. Focus on edge cases and security vulnerabilities. Use real world scenarios to think from the user's perspective. Let's now quickly discuss some common mistakes. Ignoring edge cases, such as entering spaces before or after credentials,
overlooking security testing like testing for SQL injections, not testing on different devices and browsers. And some tips are always verify the requirements before testing. Use a systematic approach to cover all possible scenarios. Think like a user to identify usability issues. And lastly, let's discuss about the conclusion and key takeaways. To wrap up, testing login functionality involves understanding the requirements, writing comprehensive test cases, and performing various types of testing like functional, security, usability, and performance testing. This systematic approach ensures the login feature is secure, user friendly, and
If you
robust.
found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more software testing tutorials. Let me know in the comments which topic you would like me to cover next. See you in the next video.